simplysimplestamping.com. Thanks for stopping by. You know, we create a lot of birthday cards in what we do as stampers, but there's something else that we always need to be creating, and sometimes we don't always think about it, and that is birthday gift bags. You know, we're always needing those gift bags, and there's nothing that says love like a homemade gift bag. This was super fun to make, very easy, 2 sheets of designer series paper, and it is done. Let me show you how to create it. So to create your gift bag, you're gonna need 2 sheets 12 by 12 of designer series paper. I gotta tell you, I absolutely love the It's My Party designer series paper pack. It's huge, I've got a lot of options, and you know what? Hey, it's birthday party, so this paper is perfect. Now we're gonna bring in our Simply Scored board. Before we start doing our scoring, if you have a pattern that's going one direction or the other, let's say it's vines and you want the vines going down, you're going to want to pay attention to that now. We want to make sure those are going the right direction. So the first thing that we want to do is decide how deep we want our bag. My bag came out to be 7 inches tall. So if you need it longer or shorter, you're going to want to adjust this very first measurement that we're going to do. If you want your box 9 inches tall, you're going to skip this measurement altogether. If you need it anywhere between, basically we're going to be scoring at 2 inches. This is the border that's left on the bag, so just feel free to adjust this one in between 0 and 2, whatever you like. So the one thing when I talked about the pattern, you're going to want to decide what pattern is going to go up. Let me try that again. What pattern is going to be on the front? And I want the stripes to be on the front, and I want these great little dots to be my border. So you kind of have to think, if my border is going to go this way, and of course here's my bag, if there's any pattern, then you want to make sure that you're putting that end in the board where it's butted up against the left side. I hope that makes sense. I know that's a mouthful, but hopefully when you're doing it, it's gonna make sense. So as I said, mine is a 7-inch bag. So my measurement here is going to be 2 inches. Again, if you want your bag 6 inches, just move that down to 3, do whatever you need to. But we're gonna go 2 inches and 9 inches. We're now going to rotate the cardstock around. So there's my 2 and 9. Let's just rotate it this way. And we are going to score at 1.5 and 3 and 9 and 10.5. I have that piece scored. Now I want to take the identical piece, and of course I've got this stripe going. I want to make sure those stripes are going in the same direction. So you want to make sure you have your paper lined up so that the patterns are exactly the same. And I can see here on my stripe, if I turned it the other way, one was wider. So I'm sure that that is correct right there. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over, and we're going to do those same measurements again. Basically, guys, just repeat exactly what you just did. All right, we've got our pieces cut. Now I'm going to come along on that 2-inch side, and I'm going to give that a fold back on each of these, and just come in with your bone folder, give it a good crease. With that in place, let's go ahead and fold all of our other score lines. So I'm going to come on that 3-inch score line first, give that a good crease, and then I'm going to bring this one back. So we're going to kind of accordion fold. Let's repeat that here on the other side so that we have all of these creased. And then we're going to come down here with this 3-inch piece that's at the bottom and give that a crease as well. Now that I have both pieces creased, we're going to come along on this square down here at the bottom. And you're going to need some nice long-handled scissors. I typically don't use my ribbon scissors for paper, but it's that nice long handle because I've got to go up all 3 inches there on the bottom of my cardstock. So let's go ahead and get both sides. And now what we want to do on these squares is we need to miter them just a little bit. This kind of gets a little bit of bulk out. So what we're going to do is we're going to give this a cut. Just kind of, I just talk about tearing or cutting out a little piece of pie. Just come from the inside to the outside corner there, and that's going to allow this box to come together nicely. Let's go ahead and repeat that with all of these. All right, so I've got both of those cut, so that is wonderful. We're getting there. Now, we're going to take this flap, and we want to adhere it down. We want it to stay down really nicely, so I'm going to bring in my very best favorite and fabulous adhesive, the Fast Fuse. Remember, the key to Fast Fuse is just a light touch. Don't press too hard. You don't need to knock it out of the part, just a light touch, and make sure you get the ends as well. And then we can just come in and we can give that a press. Let's repeat that with our other piece of designer series paper. This next step is also optional, and it's really going to be based on what you're going to have in the bag. If you're going to have something that's a little heavy and you want to add a little bit of strength to your box, you're going to want a piece of cardstock that is 3 inches by 6 inches. And what we're going to do is we're going to flip it out over, and this is the inside. Just take one of the panels, it doesn't matter which one, and we're going to adhere that right down here. That's what's you're gonna see that on the inside of the bag. So it's gonna be this way, but it's gonna add a little extra strength. If you really need double strength, you can cut 2 of these and we can put one on the bottom of the bag as well. I'm going to place a little fast fuse. I don't have to go crazy here on this one. Let me make sure I can get that there in the camera shot. We're just gonna put some adhesive here. And guys, this is simply going to adhere to the bottom either of one of the panels or the one that you put the cardstock in. It's fine. Now, this is not going to be seen, so I'm not worried about going super crazy with the adhesive. Now, this one here, rather than put these flaps on the bottom, we're going to put these on the top. So I'm going to flip this over so I can put adhesive here. And again, this is going to be sandwiched between as well, so I'm not worried about using a ton of adhesive. Just enough to get it secured, and that way we're not fighting it. All right, this is what you should have. So one set of tabs is done at the bottom, and one set of them is on the inside. So before I do any adhesive, let me kind of show you what's going to happen here. This, without the tabs, that's my pretty bottom. We want that to be on the bottom, so I'm going to lay that down in front of me. I'm going to take this one here. This is the one that has the pretty panel on the inside. And it is going to slide in right here. So you can see where we're going to be putting adhesive. Adhesive is going to go here on these 2 tabs, and that's going to make our pretty little box. And you can see this way we have a nice rounded end, so that makes that all pretty. You can see the inside looks great. So let's go ahead and start to put that together. Again, working with fast fuse, I'm just going to put it down on the inside there. Whoops, looks like I needed my silicone mat. And I can just put some pieces here in the inside area. So let's go ahead and repeat that. And then we're going to make sure we get adhesive right here on the end, and then a few little random pieces here on the inside, because again, like I said, that's the bottom of our box. All right, so I have fast fuse here, here, and at the bottom. And by the way, if you're more of a fan of tear and tape, that's going to work great for you as well, so feel free. We are now going to take, remember this is the side with those panels at the bottom, and we're going to slide this in. You're going to want to kind of keep that fast fuse away as we begin to work on it, but just kind of slide it in here, guys. All right, so I've got everything adhered down. I'm just coming in and giving that a nice press. You can see those creases that we made there on the side kind of bring my bag together, a little more gift bag-like. Let's add some ribbon handles. I'm going to be using 16 inches of our satin ribbon in white. It is very important that not that you measure them, that they're both 16 inches, but both pieces of ribbon need to be exactly the same length. Otherwise, you're going to have a wonky handle. We're going to take these and just tie a knot in one end. Again, kind of keeping about the same distance on the tails on the end. You can trim these down as well, but for right now, we're good there. Let's come in with our bag and the 1/4 inch handheld punch. And guys, we are just gonna eyeball this. You are welcome to mark it, but I'm gonna come, I've probably got a good 1 1/4 inches from the end here, and I'm centering it. So let's come over here. As I said, you can measure this if you want, but I just kind of like to eyeball things. All right, so we've got our holes. Let's come in with a piece of ribbon. We're going to come in from the inside to the outside. So there's our first one. You're going to bring it up and around. We'll take it through the other hole. Pull it tight. Let's do a knot just like we did as we started. Don't pull it too tight because we don't want it to go through. So there's our handle. Guys, we're simply going to repeat that here on the opposite side. There you have it. Your gift bag is done. As I said, now you can really see when I was talking about what measurement, how tall you want your box, because I could have adjusted this very easily. Now you can just come in with a fun tag and we can just attach that right there. And there is nothing that is better than the gift of Stampin' Up. So you can put together some fun embellishments for your favorite stamping friend. You can put those there in the box or in the bag, and there you go. I hope that you enjoyed that one. A little tricky when you get to gluing here on the side, but if you'll just keep those pieces out of your way as you're working, it really does go together very, very easy. And did you know you can also keep these pieces flat, and when you're ready to use the gift bag, that's when you can put it together. So that way you're not dealing with, you know, this pretty paper getting messed up. We don't want that to happen, do we? So guys, thanks so much for stopping by. Now, if you'd like to order any of the supplies I used on my project today, you can find it at simplysimplestamping.com. Just look for the April 14th, 2016 blog post. You're going to see a supply list, pictures, everything that I use so that you know exactly what you need. All my measurements are there as well in case you missed them. And then you can just click a pic and boom, you'll be taken right to my online store. You can order what you need and you'll be creating in no time. So guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a fabulous day and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.